Would you let a robot put a needle in your arm? The FDA just authorized a robot called Aletta to draw blood without hands-on operator intervention. This robot can find a vein. It can insert the needle, change the tubes, and bandage the puncture. But here is the boundary. Autonomous does not mean unsupervised. One trained phlebotomist can supervise up to 3 machines. That phlebotomist still starts each session, remains available if something goes wrong, and checks that the collection tubes are in the right order and properly filled. So this is not a human-free blood lab. It is a different division of labor. Aletta is authorized for adults in outpatient settings through the FDA's de novo pathway for a new type of low to moderate risk device. And the headline success rate leaves out every patient the robot chose not to stick. First, near-infrared light maps possible veins near the skin. Ultrasound measures their size, depth, and direction. Doppler confirms that the target is a vein rather than an artery. If Aletta cannot find a suitable vein, it makes no attempt. If it can, the machine applies a tourniquet, disinfects the skin, inserts a single-use needle at a controlled angle, fills and inverts each tube, withdraws the needle, and applies a bandage. If the patient moves too much, the needle detaches and the draw stops. Other sensors can pause the procedure and alert the supervisor. The strongest evidence comes from a peer-reviewed study at 3 outpatient sites in the Netherlands. The robot screened 1,743 people. For 110 of them, about 6%, it found no suitable vein and referred them to manual collection. That left 1,633 robotic attempts. Of those, 1,543 filled every required tube on the first stick. That is the reported 94.5% success rate. But if the question is, what happened to everyone who entered robotic screening? The first stick completion rate is 88.5%. That is not a hidden failure rate. Declining a risky attempt can be a safety feature, but it changes what the headline number means. Among people who reported difficult veins, first stick success was 92.7%. The median procedure took 2 minutes and 37 seconds. Safety results were encouraging. 10 of the 1,633 participants reported an adverse event. All were mild and self-limiting, and no serious adverse events were reported. Most respondents said the procedure felt no more painful than a manual draw, but only about 2/3 answered the experience questions. The study was also funded by Vitestro. Several authors worked for the company or held equity, and the sponsor helped design the study, select patients, interpret the data, and prepare the manuscript. Most importantly, the routine use group had no simultaneous manual control. The robot's results were compared with published human performance from other settings. This is credible evidence for authorization. It is not proof that Aletta is better than every trained phlebotomist. Vitestro says it plans another American multi-center study before a phased United States rollout. So authorization is a milestone, not nationwide deployment. The near-term change is not 0 phlebotomists. It is 1 phlebotomist becoming the supervisor of as many as 3 robotic stations, handling exceptions while machines perform routine sticks. Aletta has crossed an important boundary. At the needle, the machine can act on its own. Around the needle, people still carry the clinical responsibility. The real question is no longer whether a robot can draw blood. It is whether patients will trust the supervised system that is now becoming possible. The frontier, explained in 5 minutes.